Good morning again. I'm dropping things all over the ground. Let me fix this camera angle here. It's kind of weird. I gotta do something with this hair too. Sheesh. Anyway, I just did a video for you live on this kind of subtly smoky, subtle for me anyway, eye look for you there. And gotta finish this. And now I'm gonna share with y'all how I do bronzing, contouring, and highlighting using Savvy Minerals. Now, with a bonus tip for blush. So, oh y'all, this hair though, I don't know. I don't know what's happening right now. Anyway, so let's dive right in. I'm gonna be using Summer Loved. You can use Crown All Over. I prefer Crown All Over for bronzing as opposed to contouring, but I have seen online where some people have used Crown All Over for both. You do you. It's just my preference, but I'm going to start with bronzing. Now, I like to use a big fluffy brush like this that kind of has a tiny bit of a point, and I just get the tip of it in there, and then I dab it into the jar to kind of blend it around and get the excess off. And then I just follow the kind of 3 method, but I don't do the bottom part. And I'll explain that in a second. But so I just kind of go under, like around the hairline, and then right under the cheekbone. Oops, and mess up my hair. And then I repeat for the other side, around the hairline and under the cheekbone. That's what works for me. Now, see, if you have a jawline, then you can go underneath it, and not only will it add some warmth to your face, but it'll also add a little bit of contouring. The same with kind of going under the cheekbone there. I'm going to add a little bit more just to demonstrate. But I don't have a jawline, so if I put product here, it would look like I had a beard, and that's not really the look I'm going for. So for contouring, I'm going to use this kind of wedge-shaped brush, and again, I'm just tapping into some product I have here in the cap, and then going into the jar and tapping off to kind of blend it and get the excess off. And then I'm going to go, you can see where your ear meets your face, you start there and go right under that cheekbone, and I go about halfway, or where the end of your eyebrow stops is a good basis, and I kind of draw my little line there, and then I blend it up and down just so that it's not too intense and heavy. And then of course, if you feel like you put too much on, you can take your foundation brush with just whatever's left on there and kind of tap it out and mute it back a little bit. So we're going to repeat that on the other side. I also mix my own, again, find where your ear meets and go right under that cheekbone, and then draw the line, and then up and down, and then you can tap it back to blend it in and make it a little bit to, you know, meet the level of extra that you want to be that day. So I also mix my own contour shade. I'm not a huge fan of using the bronzer as a contour. I did a whole video / rant about the difference between contouring and bronzing, and why contour powder and bronzer are not the same thing. But some people are not as opinionated as I am about that, so I wanted to show you that it can be done. It's not my preference. I like something that isn't as warm. I like something with a bit more of an ashy undertone to it for contouring, because shadows aren't warm. Shadows are the absence of light and color, so they're gonna be muted and not really have a whole lot of color to it. But it can be done. As you can see, like I have a little bit more definition there, and you know, it gets the job done. It's just not my preference. So that's contouring. Now I'm going to show you a bonus trick before we move on to the highlighting portion, and that is with Passionate Blush. Now I know a lot of fair-skinned girls are concerned about using Passionate Blush because it does look kind of dark, but you don't have to be afraid. I take a little bit of lavender lip balm and rub it on the back of my hand. And then I take this kind of stippling brush. This is an e.l.f. brush. It's like $3. And I take some of the product in the cap. I get some on the top there. And then I pat it and mush it around and get it nice and coated and blended. And then lightly on the apples of the cheeks, I just pat in circular motions until I have the depth of color that I'm looking for. And there you go, see? And it doesn't look crazy. I don't look like a baby doll with a painted face or a French woman of the evening. And it's a beautiful shade and it's so versatile. I used it on this eye look today, and another tip, getting all kinds of bonus tips. Lavender lip balm on the lips, passionate on the fingers, make a little pucker, and pat, pat, pat. You could also use a lip brush, but why? So there's passionate as blush on the eyes and on the lips. I have a whole tutorial actually where I used passionate for all those things, and absolutely love doing that. It's such a great product. One of my favorites. Okay, so now moving on to the pièce de résistance, or the last thing, whichever you think, is highlighting. Now, I'm going to show you two different ways here. I should have had this brush out. Where are you? There we go. I'm going to take just a fan brush. You can use whatever highlighter brush you like. And I'm dipping into a little bit of Wanderlust in the cap here, and then doing the same thing, tapping into the jar to blend and take off the excess. And then you're going to go right when you turn your face. You see where that light is hitting right there? That's where you want to go with your highlight. It's a good placement guide. Is you turn, you see where the light hits your face, and you're just enhancing that. And you can put that on just dry Wanderlust. No misting spray, no nothing. See, light hitting, that's where the highlighter goes. And then I like to go across the tip of my nose and tap on the Cupid's bow. Now, the other way that I really like to do this is, well, I'm throwing things everywhere today. Again, more lavender lip balm on the back of the hand, another stippling brush, and then you tap into the Wanderlust, and then tap into the lavender lip balm until you get it nice and coated. Then again, turn, see where the light hits, and then tap that on, stipple that on there. And it just gives you a bit more blang than just doing it dry. So there you go. There are my tips and tricks for using Savvy Minerals for bronzing, contouring, and highlighting, with bonus tips on how to use Passionate Blush. Again, like I said, I have another whole video tutorial using Passionate in a bunch of different ways, so you can go ahead and check that out. If you have any comments or questions about anything that I shared, you can pop those down in the comment section below, or you can find me on Facebook at Savvy Girls Guide, or Instagram at SavvyGirlsGuide_YL. I'd love to chat with you there too. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.